Hi everybody, Laura here for Pinkfresh Studio. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a couple of fun projects to share with you featuring the Inked Florals stamp set. This is a beautiful floral stamp set. It's kind of like a two-step stamp set. You can stamp the swags and you can take the solid images to add color for the blooms. I love how the back of the packaging shows you some examples, gives you a little inspiration to get your mojo a-flowing. And I wanted to create two projects to show you how versatile this stamp set is. So for this first one, I stamped one of these swags with VersaFine Onyx Black ink. I'm going to take the solid images, the blooms, to add all the color. For my color, I'm using some Mama Elephant pigment inks. And for each bloom, I do two inks, so a lighter and a darker. And that gives you that gradient, kind of two-tone bloom that I just die for. And I don't really have any rhyme or reason to the color choices. I just kind of pulled out what was tickling my fancy at the moment. So I took that same kind of floral swag, I flipped it upside down, stamping one on the top. This is gonna like sort of kind of frame my sentiment, which will go right in the center. For the sentiment, I used the oval foliage stamp set. It has great sentiments in it. I love the font. It's kind of classy, timeless. It goes for every occasion. And now I've got a piece of pattern paper. This is from the Joyful Day 6x6 pattern paper pack. It's a new one, which I love Pinkfresh Studio pattern papers. They're some of my favorites in all the land. The patterns just like, they're modern, they're fresh. I like the colors and also the paper quality. It's thicker than most pattern papers. I just dig it. And now this card's finished. I did add a few sparkling clear sequins here and there just to give it a little something something. And now we're moving on to card number 2. So for this one, instead of using the swags for focal points, I took every single swag in the stamp set and covered a panel. I'm going to emboss them in clear and then go over with Distress inks to add the color. So I rubbed down with a magic powder bag, inking up all these swags, which I don't know what you call them. Do you call them like bouquet, just little flower bundle? I call them swags. And then I'm pouring on the clear embossing powder. And then I will heat this with the heat gun. And by the way, this was the last time I ever got to use this heat gun. May she rest in peace. But she died right after this. And I kind of had a panic attack because what do you do when you run out of a heat gun? And I emboss on almost every card. So I had a slight panic attack. Then I went onto the Walmart website, could get one in 2 days. And she's in today. I got to go pick it up. I can't believe I made it 2 days without, and I had to have that one. I'm just used to it. I like the Wagner, the Hero Arts Wagner embossing gun. Although I did see in all the Creativation videos, there's a new Wow embossing gun with 2 heat settings. It looked pretty fancy schmancy. I don't know. So I went over this while I was blabbing with Distress inks, and now I'm going to flick on some color. Use bubblegum liquid watercolors by Pinkfresh Studio, and then I have some white acrylic ink, flicking that in as well. So I got bubblegum and white. Now for the sentiment, I'm doing something a little bit different, a little bit fun, a little bit funky. I'm using one of these gorgeous Puffy Phrases stickers. These are from the Joyful Day scrapbooking collection. I did stamp a coordinating sentiment, this little sending, which is from the Let's Flamingle stamp set. Just stamping that with VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Put some foam tape on the back of my panel, popping it up. I love how that big love looks. It's puffy, and I'm not a scrapbooker, but I adore the scrapbooking products. And I always get excited when I can combine some of the scrapbooking products onto my cards because I think they look beautiful. I added a few sparkling clear sequins to finish that off, and this card is finished. I hope you enjoyed this video and it showed you how versatile the Inked Florals stamp set is. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.